Morning, peeps. I'm back. Now, you might wonder what we've got here, because we've got one of my favourite kind of things here. We've got something going on in the community involving our friend Mr. Bakar. But you know me, peeps. We love to find out what Mr. Bakar's been up to, because he's very, very notorious amongst the content creators, whether it's hiding information about hacks, whether it's continuing to put gambling ads on after everybody else has stopped, whether it's copying the team of Ben Crellin or other well-known content creators, or in this case, copying people's posts. And a week ago, FPL Salah put the post on that is on the right about Calvert-Lewin. And we can see here that today, Mr. Bakar's put a post on X as well, which is almost identical to the post of FPL Salah. It would be very, very difficult, I think, to make a case that this was not a case of plagiarism. I mean, they've both used DCL slander in the title. I've seen a lot of DCL slander lately, seeing a lot of DCL slander. He was even too lazy to change the word slander to something less obvious, which is absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? So, anyway, even the little comments, pretty much identical. Even the pictures don't look that dissimilar, but it's like a shamefaced. It's just copying. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And this guy, he just gives content creation a really awful bad name. He's a disgrace, an absolute disgrace. And the worst thing about him is he just doesn't care. It's like water off a duck's back to him. It's always about him all the time, isn't it? It's always him when something shady's going on. And he's been doing it for years. Honestly, he has. He's been doing it for absolutely years, Back when I had my website, I used to put a lot of time into writing really good articles and stuff. And they'd often get plagiarised. And it was always the same little group of people doing it. And you can guess who one of them was. And I don't know. I don't know, peeps. It's terrible. And I mean, this guy charges people money, a lot of money, more than other content creators do, to give out advice to people. Advice that he's either just copied from somebody else, or he's just picked a player from review and passed it off as his own advice. And, people can say he can do what it wants, and if people want to pay him, it's their own stupid fault and all that type of thing. But he really does. He just gives content creation a bad name. And often when I point these things out, I'm the one who gets attacked. It's like I get attacked for attacking him, or treating him unfairly, or being jealous, and all those sort of comments that come out. But I think we can see here that it's just indefensible. Not even his most vehement apologists can claim here, I think, that he's not at fault. I mean, it's just time after time after time. I get comments in my chat, oh, he wasn't copying Ben, it was just a coincidence they had all 15 players the same, and all that type of thing. But it's just one thing after another. And it's crazy, isn't it? Even after last season, when everybody knew he was copying Ben Crellin, he still started doing the same this season as well, until it became such a loud crescendo that even his hosts on his channel were making fun of him for having the same team as Ben Crellin. So he wildcarded to a different team, but that was the same team as another well-known content creator, and he's now proceeded to copy him instead. So it's absolutely ridiculous, peeps. Absolutely ridiculous. So hopefully you can see all that all right. I'll move myself back because I've Made a slight change in my plans this week. I thought I'd tell you about briefly before I disappear. I've changed my plan because I've now decided I could not decide between benching Senesi and benching Rodon. So what I've done, I'm playing them both. I'm going to play them both and I'm benching in die instead. And the reason I've come to that conclusion is I had a bit of an epiphany when I was on the pubcast, where I realised that both Senesi and Rodon have such a higher ceiling this week than Ndiaye does. You know, supposing Ndiaye does get a penalty away at Man City, so what? You know what I mean? He's going to get 7 points or 6 points or whatever, and that's it. Because he's not going to get bonus points. It's not like Everton are going to win 1-0 because he gets a penalty against Man City. You know, they're probably still going to get bashed up, and he's unlikely to get bonus points. Whereas a Senesi or Rodon keep a clean sheet, which are about 25% likely to, which is probably more of a chance than Ndiaye getting a penalty. But if they do keep a clean sheet, we could be talking about clean sheet points, bonus points, defensive contribution points, even possible attacking returns, because both Rodon and Senesi do have some attacking threat. So the ceiling on either of those players could be as high as 20 points, where it's very, very difficult to imagine Ndiaye away at Man City getting anywhere near 20 points. But I can see Rodon or Senesi getting those points. You know, it probably won't, of course, but it is a lot more possible than Ndiaye getting them. Anyway, peeps, that's about it. That is about it. You know, that car, we're going to have a quick game of chess. Tell me if you're sick of me playing chess, by the way, in the comments. But we're going to have a game of chess before I go. I mean, this is a very quick video. I just basically wanted to point out what Bakar have been up to. And he's actually been found out by people that don't normally criticise other content creators, but they've just had enough. They have just had enough. And it's finally, it makes me feel quite good that I'm no longer the only voice. Because for a long time, I'd speak out about him, but nobody else would, because people don't like to criticise fellow content creators. But it's really, really made me quite happy to see that others are finally standing up and pointing it out rather than me having to do it all. Do you know what I mean? I'm like the kind of person who does all the dirty work and gets their hands dirty, and then I get in trouble for, look at my time, I'm too busy yattering. Jesus H, I'm going to lose on time. How's he going so quick, and how am I so slow? Got to get my king in. Let's try and, oh, I don't like this at all. Oh, let's take that. Okay, can I hold this ending? I should be able to. This should be a draw. No, I'm a pawn up. I should better win this if I've got time. Get there. Right, now I've got him. Go on then, move your pawn. Right, now go away, king. My king's coming in. What's happened? Check. I sack this pawn. He's going to get another one. Oh, this is annoying. I'm going to run out of time. Fuck. Got me. Damn. I had him so won. I'm just not going to have time to do it. Yeah, I won on time. How did that happen? I was miles behind him on the clock. Miles behind, peeps. Right, so look at this. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable. Although it's not really. Do you know what I mean? But like I was saying, it was so pleasing to hear other people, well-respected members of the community, pointing out the truth about Mr. Bakar, because it feels like I rode a long, lonely road for quite a while. And, you know, finally, other people have seen the truth, because it's ridiculous, peeps, ridiculous. So we're going to keep an eye on him and see who he's copying when we look at our Content Creator League. So we're going to keep an eye on Mr. Bakar and see what else we can find, because it's quite enjoyable in a way, isn't it? So we'll check it out, peeps. We'll check it out. And what's this page I've got here? Oh, that's the Parrots team. We haven't seen the Parrot for a while, have we? We're going to have to, I think I might get the Parrots team on next week. Because even though parrots repeat people, they do not copy people in the way that Mr. Bakar does. You know, he'd give parrots a bad name, peeps, you know. And, yeah, he's lower than an animal. Anyway, peeps, I'm off now, so I will talk to you all later. This really was the final game of the game week. And I'm going to have to go and make a good thumbnail now. So I'll talk to you all later. So cheers for now then, peeps.